Hello and welcome back to the Trainers of the World Tournament. I'm your host DeltaTDS, and today for match number 136, we've got the Pokemon trainer Guzma going up against the Team Plasma leader Ghetsis. Once again, another matchup between two villain leaders. Guzma currently has a 2-1 record where he beat Lucy back in round 2. And Ghetsis has a 4-1 record. Back in round 1, he beat Maxie 2-0. And in round 2, he beat Skyla 2-1. Guzma's got a Z Crystal on one of his Pokemon. Ghetsis has a Z Crystal as well. And once these trainers are ready, we can see who will be moving on to round 4. Ghetsis leading off with the Drapion, Guzma with the Liepard. Liepard's going to start off with a nasty plot as Drapion goes for a critical hit X Scissor on that Liepard, taking it down to the sash. Dark Pulse is going to do 47% to Drapion as Cross Poison with the critical hits takes out that Liepard. Guzma is going to send out the Toxicroak now. Earthquake's going to do 79% to it as Cross Chop does just under half to Drapion, leaving it on 5%. Sucker Punch does finish off that Drapion, and it is currently 5v5 right now. What the hell? Ghetsis sends out a shiny Hydreigon he found somewhere. And Fire Blast takes out the Toxicroak. Guzma's going for that first impression on the Cofagrigus, mummying its emergency exit ability. That might actually be good for it. I mean, if it does set up. Revealing that Golisopod does have the Life Orb. Rock Slide is going to miss that Cofagrigus, however, and Cofagrigus is going to go for that Toxic on Golisopod. Cofagrigus is going to protect against the Rock Slide, helping rack up toxic damage to Golisopod. Going for another Rock Slide, 22%. Shadow Ball plus that Toxics bringing Golisopod down 15%. And switches out to that Honchkrow. Thunder Wave's going to paralyze that Cofagrigus, and Toxic's going to miss the Honchkrow. Dropek doing 25%. And Super Luck is going to get mummied as the Toxic finally lands that Honchkrow. Cofagrigus continuing to protect to help rack up that damage. Getting paralyzed, unfortunately. And Ghetsis is going to switch out to the Electros. Honchkrow is going to go for Z Curse, getting +2 attack instead of +1. Sucker Punch is going to do 90% to Electros as Thunder Punch does take out the Honchkrow, and Electros's mummy or Levitate does get mummied. Guzma's gonna send out that Toxapex and go for the Baneful Bunker, poisoning that Electros. Thunder Punch with the critical hits doing 94% as Toxapex recovers, and with that Black Sludge is at 63% now. Ghetsis is going to switch out to the Kyurem Black. Or Black Kyurem. I don't know why I said it like that. Going for the Dragon Dance as Toxapex goes for a Poison Jab. Kyurem setting up another Dragon Dance. And Toxapex does get that poison on it. Going for the Baneful Bunker. Fusion Bolt is not going to be able to land that on that Toxapex. switching out to the Glycopod, getting taken out by that Fusion Bolt. Ghetsis currently has 5 Pokemon, but 3 of them are pretty low, 1 of them now fainting, and that Merciless ability is getting mummied. And Ghetsis sends out the Bouffalant now. Gonna go for the Baneful Bunker against that head charge, poisoning the Bouffalant. Head charge is gonna do 61% and mummy that Reckless ability. Going for another Baneful Bunker against that head charge. Just slowly letting the poison wither away. And switching out to the Electros, who gets taken out by that poison. And Ghetsis is going to send out that Hydreigon. Earth Power is going to do 65% to Toxapex. Poison Jab going to do 30% to Hydreigon. And Toxapex goes for another Baneful Bunker. Trying to heal up as much as it can, but it does get taken out by an Earth Power. Gonna send out the Black Kyurem. Close combat does take out that Kyurem. And Pinsir reveals to have the Moxie ability. Taking out the Bouffalant. And it's all down to Hydreigon here, who also gets taken out by the close combat. And Pinsir bringing it back. And Guzma takes game number 1. We saw the Rocky Helmet and the Reckless ability from Bouffalant. We of course knew that Cofagrigus had Mummy, as well as Protect and Toxic. Electros has the Citrus Berry. Hydreigon has the Life Orb. But from Guzma's side, we didn't see... Well, we saw a lot from his team. I don't know what I'm saying. We saw the Ghost DMC on the Honchkrow for Curse. We are back on the field for game number 2, and we'll see if Guzma can take game 2 and move on to round 4, or if Ghetsis will bring this to a game number 3. Ghetsis leads off with that Electros as Guzma leads off with the Toxicroak. Going for the Poison Jab, doing over a third, as Acrobatics does 65% to that Toxicroak. Poison Jab doing 41%, and Thunder Punch finishes off that Electros. Guzma's gonna send out the Life Hard now. Going for that nasty plot. Thunder Punch doing 82%. Dark Pulse does take out that Electros, and it sends out that Drapion. Doing 51%. Earthquake's gonna take out the Life Bard. Guzma's gonna send out the Golisopod now. X-Scissor with the critical hit doing a third to it, as Rock Slide does 44% to Drapion. Sucker Punch does finish off that Drapion, and Golisopod will be switching out thanks to that Life Orb and Emergency Exit. Switch it out to the Toxapex. Got that out. Ghetsis is going to send out his prized Black Kyurem. Fusion Bolt's going to do 72% to Toxapex. Poison Jab does get the poison on that Kyurem. Ghetsis is going to switch out to that Cofagrigus and going to mummy that Merciless ability. which will help Ghetsis, considering all the Pokemon he's going to have poison from this thing. Psychic's going to do 33% as Toxapex goes for a recover. Going to switch out to the Honchkrow. Psychic's not going to do anything to it. Thunder Wave paralyzes that Cofagrigus as Cofagrigus toxics that Honchkrow. It'll be fine. Gets us sending out that shiny Hydreigon he found earlier. And Drillpeck's going to do over half to Hydreigon. Dragon Pulse brings Honchkrow down to 6%, and that Toxic does finish off Honchkrow. Guzma sending out the Pinsir now. As he switches out to that Cofagrigus, taking 14% from that Rock Slide. Going for the Toxic on that Toxapex, not gonna affect it, obviously. Liquidation doing 18% to Cofagrigus as it's paralyzed, unable to do anything. Liquidation doing 20%, Psychic doing a third to Toxapex. This thing is a wall to Ghetsis' team. Not just with the high defense and special defense, but the Black Sludge combined with the recover. Another liquidation does take out that Cofagrigus. And Ghetsis is going to send out that Kyurem once more. Going for the Fusion Bolt, doing 66%. Poison Jab's going to do just over a quarter to Kyurem. Toxapex is going to go for that Baneful Bunker, protecting itself from that Fusion Bolt. And Kyurem has one turn left. Switching out to the Golisopod, taking that Fusion Bolt, and both Pokemon are getting knocked out. And it's currently at 2v2 right now. Guzma's going to send out the Pinsir. Ghetsis is going to send out the Hydreigon. Close combat takes out that Hydreigon. And Ghetsis will send out that Bouffalant, who gets OHKO'd by that close combat. And Guzma taking a 2-0 lead, being the... I guess you can't really call him a bug type trainer. But Guzma moving on to round 4, where he'll be facing off against the Johto Gym Leader Jasmine in round 4. Join us tomorrow where we will be seeing the Galar Gym Leader Bea going up against the Sinnoh Gym Leader Gardenia. Thank you so much for watching, and until then, take care.